Hello there, men. It's Josh Packard. How you doing today? Hey, I'm going to talk to you about a subject that I would like to master. I'd like to do it right and do it well myself. And I'm getting better thanks to the Lord. And I'm Him setting me free and me being able to appreciate the things that I hated about myself previously. See, what I'm talking about today is men. I'm going to try to give you a license to be men. I want to give myself a license to be a man. Okay, and which is funny because this what's kind of triggering this is I just see all this hate against men everywhere, and it's around. I see it in the church. I see it everywhere. I see it massively in the church, which is scary. But my wife and I were talking the other day, and she just you think you're so blah blah blah. You're so arrogant. And you're so blah blah boisterous and outspoken. Why we just want to have a normal life? And I'm like, oh, whoa. I go, honey, listen up. What you think is my being aggressive or being arrogant, I call loyalty to my God and humility to Him. Because what she was talking about is in my walk with Christ, how I'm unyielding. When the Lord shows me something, I tend to stick to it. If the Lord shows me something, I don't care what you tell me unless you can convince me by Scripture and by plain reason and show me the benefits and the fruit in the world around me by your view, opposed to my view. If you can prove it to me logically, scripturally, intelligently, and experientially, if you can explain it to me to where it's better than my position, I guarantee you I'll adopt it in a second. But if you can't, I'm not going by supposition. I'm not going by the mere ideological understanding of things. You have to show me how it's practically better. Okay? That's just the way it works. The Lord shows me something. Typically, though, when He shows me, I understand it inside and out because He showed me. And because He showed me, your opinion, I mean, honestly, don't feel bad. I just don't care about your opinion. Because God stands above you, and my loyalty and my humility is to my God. Period. So whatever He says goes, period. Okay. So my wife says, that's being cockiness and arrogant, and you're being unyielding, and you're being kind of rude about it. I'm like, well, honestly, why would I tolerate someone's opinion, which is completely unlearned, when they try to stand upon it to try to debunk what I believe, what the Lord has shown me? So they're coming from a position of their feelings, and you expect me to go ahead and just accept their argument as valid? No. I'm sorry, I don't. So, and she's also like, she's mad at me because, the other day I almost got in a fight at the dog park because some guy was being a prick. Well, I gave him the opportunity to back out peacefully, and he wouldn't do it. He kept laying in. So then I turned around and got in his face. Well, my wife, he was being such a jerk that my wife said, go ahead and get him. So, this guy was being a jerk, and my wife told me to go ahead and kick his ass. So, from this point forward, so afterwards, though, she gave me a ration. She says, you didn't have to escalate that and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, yeah, I did. The guy he was way out of the line. He was asserting himself out of his own opinions and feelings. And he was trying to bully me intellectually until I stepped up to him and said, well, because he thought I was probably be stupid because I'm big and strong and ugly looking. And anyway, so he probably thought I was dumb. So he tried to bully me intellectually. So then when it came to the point to where he couldn't do that, then it turned around to where he just started trying to stand on moral high ground. And so then I just said, you know what? I'm tired of talking. Let's just get to fighting. And then at that point, he's like, oh, you want to fight me? I'm like, oh, where do you think this is leading to? Anyway, so today I want you guys to know, I have no guilt for that. And the Lord does not hold anything for me on that. If you, as a man, you have every right. When somebody gets in your face or threatens you or just tries to bully you, knock them out. I don't care. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. I mean, I'm not going to kill him. I'm not going to beat him beyond recognition, but I'll make him look like a fool any day. So anyway, so my wife's like, you're aggressive. And I'm like, oh, well, when I grew up, I used to be really jealous because I was insecure and I was really hot-headed and I was always wanting to fight and I was always, just getting in trouble because you know what I mean? And I was always in that inner war of like, I need to be nicer and I'm just this I'm so hot-headed. How come something wrong with me? And so all the time, everyone told me how everything was wrong with me, everything was wrong with me. So I put position in being myself as being a pussy. So I back away from fights. I would do all these things trying to meet this idea of being a good boy, which I didn't, because I thought I was bad because everyone told me everything I was doing was wrong. So I backed down from fights. I let people hit me. I let things happen, and I let it slide when I was young, and it just ate my soul up. It destroyed me inside. Until finally I got to about 17 or 18, and I just realized that all the adults and people around me, they didn't know shit. I didn't believe anything they said anymore, nothing. So then that put my life into a spiral or went the other way. So I let myself go into my fighting and my lusts and drugs, and I just let myself go wild and enjoyed myself, I thought. I mean, at first it was a lot of fun, but then it got worse and worse and worse. So once I realized I got to the end of that path, I knew I was wrong there too. And it was not until the Lord showed me that it was all of those together, but in temperance. To allowing yourself to have emotions, to allow yourself to get mad, to allow yourself to trust in your opinions of right and wrong. That the Lord has shown me, He's given me right and wrong, you guys. There's some people that have a way better barometer than I did, and people that are way more self-secure than I was, that knew it from early ages. There's some people that are they just have an awesome direction of right and wrong, like my wife. She just has it in her. Well, me, I was defeated when I was young, and my spirit was broken, and so I had to find my way back. Anyway, once I won't give it up. Sorry, guys. So now my right and wrong stands. I will, because the Lord has shown me, and I will defend it. So, anyways, today, I'll fight you. I'll hug you. You know what I mean? I'll laugh with you. I'll cry with you. I'll do everything I can with you. I enjoy it. You want to fight me, I'll fight you back. You want to agree with me, I'll agree with you. You want to have, I have the full echelon of emotions now, and I'm not ashamed anymore. And I want you guys to have that same thing. But it's very valuable because it gives us the ability to pursue the kingdom of God without restraint. That we're able to explore places we never would have gone because we would have restrained ourselves in a box. So there's many things and many questionable things I've done in my walk as becoming a Christian, but everything ended up being fruitful. Everything did. Every which way I went, the Lord has prospered me and made me, I learned from all my mistakes and I grew from them and everything, because I had to experiment everything. I couldn't vicariously just go, oh, that's wrong. I had to go, why is that wrong? How come it's wrong? Where does it, I'm the type of person where I've got to explore. I have an explorer spirit, and I got to explore. Well, now as I've been walking with the Lord and I'm studying the scriptures and doing all the things I do, and I've been to several different countries. I've done lots of things. I've been arrested, and I've done other things, and I did that back when I knew nothing, and so I had to explore though. And the more I explored, and then people bring up doctrines to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, how does that work, and how does that apply? How does the Arminian belief work? How does the Calvinist belief work? How does Calvary Chapel's ideas work? How does the Wesleyans? How do, all these different people? And I'm going, and so I would always kind of go to where practically I would see the ideological part of it, but what is the practical fruit of this belief? Well, if I would have allowed myself to be caged in mentally, which I believe a lot of problem with men today is they don't want to go to church because they can't be caged. Because a part of the problem of being a man is you're a little bit feral. You don't want to be caged. You resist being caged. And some people just do it so naturally that they don't realize that they're not rejecting Jesus, they're rejecting the church, which they should. Okay? So I can't be caged, I don't want to be caged, and you can explore if you're caged. But everywhere I've explored, and everything that was Christian, non-Christian looking, I went to see what this all meant. And so in this day and age, and where I'm at now, I'm in family, and I'm exploring it right now. I'm exploring my wife and my children, and exploring our relationships, exploring how much, and God is revealing even more in the wholesomeness and understanding that if we stand up for what's right, and we dwell in what's right, and we pursue wholesomeness, then our families prosper. We prosper as men. Those around us prosper. I mean, everything starts prospering when you yourself are whole, holy, shall we call it, or wholesome, where you have no more need. You're perfect and entire, lacking in nothing. So now you're free to employ yourself to other people, to working to lift up your family, to be there for them. You're not worried about your finances. You're not worried about your family. You're not worried about, you have all these worries are not there anymore. So you can focus on making your family flourish in your community. You're not worried about your sins anymore. You're not worried about anything. And so as a man, you need to put your faith in God, study your own dang scriptures, and get to know him. Know him well. Know what's been given to you. Know your rights as a Christian. Know them so that you can encourage those around you to take their inheritance. Because if you don't take your inheritance, how can you show people what the inheritance is? Think about the tribes of Israel. And as they went in, they had to kind of go explore Israel. And as they explored it, they conquered it. And then they took up their home. And that's like us. As in the kingdom of heaven, we need to go and explore it. We need to go explore, and we need to go and conquer it and make these pieces of this heaven ours. So, one of them is just being free from your sin. Then the other one is being free from your worries and fears and guilts and shames. And the next one's, you start blossoming. You start, family is the next one. Everything is just, you keep going through, and you're conquering the enemies. You're conquering the enemies, and you're taking over the good land and making it yours. And you're getting your inheritance. We won't even get our inheritance because everyone still thinks that when you die, you're going to go to heaven, because they don't realize that we need to enter the kingdom of heaven now, and we need to go in and procure it and reign in life as kings. So we don't, the inheritance has been given us, but we, like Israel, have to go and inherit it. We have to go and claim it, lay claim to our inheritance. And that's what we're doing today. As men, it's what you need to do. But the thing is, you have to be unyielding. You have to be like Joshua and Caleb. The Lord has said it, therefore it is. And then you have to go and do it. Quit worrying about whether or not you're a good Christian or you're going to heaven or hell. That's done. Christ has already settled that. You've already been redeemed. It's done. Quit worrying about whether or not you're masturbating. Who cares? Okay? Just who cares? Why are you even looking at that? Do you see the apostles spending 1 minute even talking about that? At all? Like, period? So then why are we so focused on it? Don't worry about if you have a beard here and there. Don't worry about if you smoke a cigar or these things. Who gives a rip about this stuff? Do you see the apostles at all talking about this? I mean, zero. You guys, what the apostles are talking about is hypocrisy in high places. They're talking about these men that are pretending to be Christians that are leading the church astray, these Judaizers. But we're sitting there just being tolerant of it. We're just going to church to keep the peace in our family. And you're willing to take leadership from these men who are not really very manly. They're not even free. They're not even entered into the kingdom. And yet we just follow them. Oh, go to church and listen to them and do my Sunday thing, and that's it. How are you being a man? How are you standing up for your family? How are you standing up for your community, your brothers and sisters? How are we doing this? You have to be unyielding. You have to know what you've been given, and you've got to take it for the sake of your family. You've got to take it for your community. You've got to go and possess the inheritance. Now, this is not for you after you die. Everything here is on this earth so we can escape the corruption and the cruelty and the ruthlessness and the disgusting nature of sin on this earth. And I hate to use that nature of sin because that's not really what it is. It's just sin having dominion over everyone. So as long as you're just cozying up in the system, as long as you're just tinkling around like a little wimp, God's kingdom will never be expressed, and your family will never, ever reap the benefits of it. Yes, eternally, we've all been saved, I guarantee you. But between here and there, we have a life to live. We've got a world to overcome. This is like the last frontier, guys. We've got to take this back. This is the last frontier. All the world has been discovered. All the world has been dominated by men, except for the kingdom of heaven. This is the next frontier, boys. We need to get down. We need to get in there. We need to go in and fight the enemies there. Like our proverbial Indians and Philistines and the Canaanites. And this is where we need to go. We need to go and fight. You guys, we need to take our inheritance. Because the Lord said he'll fight our battles for us. We just got to man up and go. We just got to believe him and go, you guys. All right. I know I'm beating a dead dog here. But, man, I want to inspire you so that you can re-inspire me. And then we can all inspire each other. And hold each other accountable to being humble to God and to each other. And to seek the kingdom together. For our sakes, for our family's sakes. For God's sake. I mean, God doesn't, he's patient. He'll wait forever until one of us pulls our heads out of our ass and starts going. So anyway, all right, guys, be a man. Man up. Don't be afraid to show your temper. Don't be afraid. I think a lot of the things that we have, like women, spousal abuse and all that stuff, is because men are so caged up all the time. You're so caged up you can never empty your anger meter. You can't get mad when you're mad. You can't get sad when you're sad. You can't be joyful when you're joyful. You can't express love to your friends. Your men are so bottled up that they have no expression. So, from now on, I want you guys, rather than bottling everything up and exploding, just let it rip as it goes. You follow me around, everybody's go, that guy's not very Christian because, I just saw him throw some pipe because he was pissed off or something, or I just saw him scream or say, oh, fuck, or, something that, as I'm expressing my anger because of something that's not working out, and I don't care if you call me a Christian or don't, I don't give a crap. The Lord is the one who justifies me. I'm done. I'm done. There's no way you can convict me of sin anymore. You might call me a sinner or say that I'm committing the sins that you think are bad, but the Lord himself has justified me, so you cannot convict me of sin. You can't bring me back in the dominion of sin. I'll never be there. I'd rather put my mind on the Lord and set myself under his dominion and be unyielding to it, mild and meek and humble to my God. So anyways, guys, we need to encourage each other to man up in all ways. I mean, literally, quit drinking alcohol to the point of getting drunk. Quit watching sports all the time. Quit taking hobbies that are worthless. We've got a job to do, you guys. We have eternity to go and explore and to do the things that God has given us. We have an eternity for amusement and enjoyment. But the Lord's kingdom needs to be established. I need your help. You need my help. We all need the Lord's help. But anyway, hope you guys understand. Hope you guys feel this in you as well and want to serve God and manifest him on this earth and to magnify him for all to see, rather than just going through the motions, waiting till we die. All right, my brothers and sisters, have a great day. Bye.